Rumors are that allegedly Porsha just received some more bad news regarding her divorce from Simon. What is it? I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. All right, kinfolk, let's hop right into this rumor and dissect which parts of it we can see as being factual and which parts of this rumor we can see as being not factual. And first off, kinfolk, the first thing that I found out to be quite factual is this. It seems as if money is the ultimate reason why Porsha and Simon are getting a divorce. A lot of people thought that maybe it was the issue with citizenship. And then some people thought that maybe it was an issue regarding, deportation. But it seems as if right now the overwhelming pieces of evidence show that it was financial. Now, some people argue that Porsha is divorcing Simon for liability reasons. The other group of people think that Porsha is divorcing Simon for liability reasons. So whether it's liability or protection, it goes to show that Porsha's team and even Porsha knows that there is some financial issues and some financial burdens and roadblocks tied to her and her marriage with Simon that are really real for her financial security in the future. So it seems as if they're trying to get out while the getting is good. And so with that being said, it does appear that money was the ultimate reason why the two are getting a divorce. Now, kinfolk, one thing about that I do find very interesting is because we kind of paint Porsha out to be like this city girl, right? This city girl who's about her bag, who's about her beauty, and about her next come up. But all of that, I think, as we're learning more and more about Simon and his inner workings of their marriage, it proves that Porsha may actually have been the person who got scammed the most by Simon. And I mean that by this. When you think about Porsha being like this quote-unquote city girl or, the queen of Thoughtlandia, you think of someone who is pretty much just going to be thinking 5 steps ahead of the person she's trying to get over on, right? But it seems as if she really bought into this image of lifestyle that Simon just painted so beautifully for her that she let down a lot of her guards. Like she let down her antennas and she really allowed herself to be open to a lot of this alleged scam-like behavior. Now, kinfolk, when you're looking at the documents with this the lawsuit with Simon and his aviation company, one may think like, well, maybe that was Simon and his business, right? And that's what's going to protect Porsha from having to pay anything back. That is true. However, we're starting to see that a lot of Simon's alleged businesses are either closed, operating but pending approval, and some of them may have just be defunct altogether and not up to standard or code. So one has to think, like, what company could he have, allegedly rented these jets for in order to put the money or have that particular entity responsible for the money and the payments of those trips? So with that being said, you're starting to think, well, is this something that Simon did for himself and did personally, or did he do it through a business? Either way, it seems as if Simon is going to be personally liable for that, him being married to Porsha is going to somewhat automatically tie her in to that debt. Now, my sources are saying that it may look like Simon may have done this under business names, and if so, that may be a little break for Porsha, and she may not have to be responsible for any of the debt, if anything. But my sources are saying we have to wait and see. Now, kinfolk, the next part of the rumor that my sources are saying that is really frustrating for Porsha's team moving forward and trying to navigate through this divorce situation is this. My sources are saying that Porsha's team is somewhat frustrated behind the scenes because all the signs were there that Simon did not have this vast wealth that he claimed to have had. And sources are saying that behind the scenes, Porsha team, at the beginning tried to delicately tell her these things. And then they realized it just was no getting it through her head. Porsha was fooled, basically, like a lot of people who don't really think, critically, that this image that Fallon was living and this lifestyle that Simon was affording Fallon was the lifestyle that she wanted, and that lifestyle was not all glitter, but actually all gold. And, one would think that, if the signs are there, you should at least investigate a little bit to see what's going on, right? But my sources are saying the issue with that is Porsha and Simon just moved too quickly. And Porsha decided to overlook those red flags, allegedly. Why, would you ask? Well, sources are saying at the time when things were moving so fast, there were a lot of deals on the table. So if, you do have some inclination that maybe Simon is not worth $40 million, maybe he's only worth $5 million, there's still $5 million more being brought to the table than what you are bringing to the table. And so my sources are saying that the fact that they moved so quickly could have been another reason why Porsha just ignored the signs. Now, some people think that she may have ignored those signs out of liability reasons, and I could see that being the case as well. But as you see with Erica Jane, that works, but doesn't work, 100% of the time. Now, kinfolk, the last part of this rumor that I could actually see Porsha doing, if it came to that, and it has to do with Erica Jane, and it's this. Much like Erica Jane when she, pleaded ignorance to where her husband was getting all this money for this lavish lifestyle, I think if push came to shove and Porsha had to go into court and plead her case, I definitely see her pleading the same case. It's like, I don't know where the money was coming from. I just knew that I was benefiting from it, and he was paying the bills, so I don't know. I didn't ask. And I think that is what Porsha probably would do if it got to that point. Now, will it get to that point? We don't know right now. Everything is just alleged information and speculation, at least until things get to a courtroom, if it does not get settled outside of court. But with almost $1 million price tag on unpaid payments, I'm not sure how much ignorance Simon or Porsha could, prove inside the court of law. Because right now it seems as if Simon's, business dealings, right? And we're not calling them a scam right now, but it seems as if it was a scam. But however, it seems as if Simon's bad business practices is something that he really can't necessarily run away from, because it is a pattern. And so with that being said, we don't know how much of a court is going to allow Simon to play ignorance, because it seemed like he's probably been here before. So with that being said, if Simon is held, responsible personally, I think that it may be easier for Porsha to plead ignorance because she's never been here before. But it would be harder for Simon to do. Now, again, in my opinion, I think that Simon may have had a company or a shell company that these charges are going to, that may absolve Porsha from all responsibility altogether. And from Porsha's sake, I kind of hope that is the case. But if not, I think pleading ignorance is her best option at this point. But kinfolk, I want to know what you guys think. With this new development of Simon allegedly being sued by an aviation company, do you think Porsha knew what was going on? Or do you think Porsha really lived up to her reputation of being really clueless about anything, especially about how Simon is making his money and spending his money? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys over in the next one. Peace.